What's going on, everybody? So happy Saturday. I'm actually in the process of transferring the pumpkin ale as we speak, so here it is coming out of the catalyst, and got a wonderful color to it, just like I wanted, and we got it going down in the keg. I did actually empty this twice. It was full of yeast, and 2 empties, and that's about what I had left over. I mean, technically I could just take this, put it in the fridge, store it for another brew. It's just US-05, so I probably won't do anything with it. Of course, I've got the BrewJacket on here, and it's been performing well. And I will talk about something that I don't like about this BrewJacket here in a moment. But yeah, it's going. Putting her in the keg. So, over here, I did go ahead and order a second BrewJacket controller and, you know, another rod. And I actually got some other fermenters that I posted on Instagram and Facebook. So if you are on my Instagram or Facebook page, and you're already quite aware of what fermenters they are. Let's go out while this is transferring and talk about them for a minute. Okay, here we are. This is actually a drilled lid for it. I was supposed to get 2 drilled lids. They only sent me 1, so I have to talk to BrewJacket and find out why I only got 1 in my mailed package when I should have gotten 2 since I paid for 2. But anyways, yes, we had a local home brewer here in Midland, Texas. He was pretty much fire selling off his stuff, man. So I was able to grab 3 of these fermenters for a little over $300 for the set. There's 3 of them here. And yeah, so I'm planning on probably only using 2 in rotation, and I'll probably put 1 up as a decorative piece for now, unless I decide I'm going to use it later if I get crazy and get a big old fermenting room going. But I do have 2 BrewJackets now, so I should be able to actually ferment 2 beers at a time if I want to. And but yeah, let's take a look on the inside. These have already been conditioned with Star San, and they're ready to rock and roll. And of course, you know, I'll Star San them again. They say to use Star San on these brew buckets and not iodophor. Has something to do with the way the acidity in the Star San actually conditions the steel. So these will always be sanitized with Star San. Which is kind of funny because the BrewJacket requires iodophor to sanitize, and there is a solution for that, and we'll talk about that here in a minute as well. But yeah, there it is, guys. I've got 3 stainless steel brew buckets. I did go ahead and order new O-rings and new seals for the inside piece here. This rotating arm here, it basically, there's little seals on it that when you insert, the seals kind of keep it from leaking, whatever. But yeah, I am brewing a beer tomorrow. I'm brewing the chocolate cherry stout beer tomorrow. Good winter beer. I've actually got 2 stout beers I want to brew in the pipeline. Chocolate cherry stout and a whiskey bourbon, or bourbon barrel whiskey, or bourbon barrel stout. But they're both 2 all-green kits that I got from Texas Brewing, so I'm just using their recipe. Actually, take that back. One recipe is from Austin Homebrew Supply, and the other recipe is from Texas Brewing. So let's go back inside. Still transferring away, but it looks great, man. It's nice and clear. So what I was going to say is BrewJacket sells these things here. They're rod sleeves, and what the rod sleeves are is basically you put your chill rod or immersion rod in a sleeve, and then you put that down in a beer, and it protects your sleeve from any super low pH, high acidic environments. Now, quick story. As a matter of fact, look, if you'll show you here, this one is in a sleeve. I did put it in a sleeve, and if you look even closer, I don't know if you can really see it real good. I have some corrosion that occurred to my rod. Okay, a lot of corrosion on that rod, so I had to put it inside of a sleeve. The rod is still useful even if it gets all corroded, but you got to put it in a sleeve or it can do some damage to your actual beer. So rather than shell out another $60 for a replacement rod, it was cheaper to buy a pack of 10 sleeves for 10 bucks. And as often as I brew, which is maybe 6 or 7 times a year max, that's a year's worth of brew sleeves, and that's like $10 a year. Down the road, once I've gotten a lot of uses out of the rod, then I may replace the rod, but the rod does its job, so I'm not going to replace it. But I'll tell you why the rod corroded. I don't think it would corrode under normal circumstances, such as if you're just fermenting a beer. Well, I decided to try and to ferment a sugar wash for rocket fuel. Well, the acidity of that wash just corroded that rod. Took that protective coating off the rod, but the rod still functions. So hindsight 2020, I would rather just keep my rods in sleeves. Even this new rod that came in here that's in its own little packaging or whatever, I will just go ahead and put it in the sleeve as well, even if I'm doing beers, because I really want to just keep it nice and new, and that's just me. But anyways, yeah, I'll be putting a brew video out here soon, because I'm brewing tomorrow, Sunday, and getting my fall winter beers all lined up here. So guys, we'll see you here soon when I put that other video out as well. Cheers. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you real quick, might as well. This is what happens when your rod is into acidic of an environment. It's either where it stops, that's where the actual wort exposure begins, and it just yeah, really corroded it. This is the brand new rod that I just got in, and you can see it's nice and new, and I really want to keep it that way. But this one is they say you can bring it back sort of by baking it in the oven or in boiling water, but I did both those things. It really didn't work for me. I mean, it worked a little bit here. This was all pretty messed up too. But yeah, I'm going to keep it in the little protective bags from now on when I ferment. So anyways, just wanted to show that as well.